Good morning, yogis. Welcome to your 6 a.m. flow class. Kate is my name if we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before, and I have the lovely Casey behind me that's going to be demoing for me this morning. So today's practice, we are going to be twisting the body, so getting into some juicy twists to really move the spine in different directions, and then we will work our way into a peak pose and have a little bit of fun with side crow this morning. So just a bit of fun for a Thursday morning, no expectations, drop any judgment. We'll just twist our way through the flow and then have a play in side crow. So when you're all ready, I'll just get you to come down onto your backs. Just starting off on your back this morning. Now there's a few options here if you'd like to lengthen your legs long in a Shavasana type position. You might like to bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide for a bit of a hip opener. Or if you have any lower back pain or this doesn't feel comfortable, please feel free to just bend into those knees, planting the soles of the feet down to the earth, hip distance apart. So whatever is most comfortable for you this morning, just getting yourself settled for the first few moments, just being aware of your body, how you feel on this Thursday morning. So noticing every part of your body from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. And just starting to bring your awareness wherever you are, just to your spine. And when we twist, we rotate the spine, stretching the muscles of the back body. So really helping to restore and maintain our spine's natural range of motion. So just let your awareness sit to your spine for a moment. Noticing the length of it just in neutral, in extension as we lie here on the mat. And then with your next inhale, just start to take your hands to your belly. Just taking a moment just to notice the breath, maybe the belly rising and falling. And then just start to take your awareness internally. So just thinking about the digestive system here. And when we twist, we also aid in our digestive system. We stimulate the movement of toxins that accumulate in the body. Just help to usher them out. So twists are really good for so many different reasons. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. And then just letting your hands come back down by your side. If your knees are bent or they're out wide, just slowly start to bring them together as you hug them in towards your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze, maybe a rock from side to side. And yogis, we're going to take our arms out to a T shape at shoulder height, palms facing down. Our knees are stacked. Start to let them fall over towards the right, but don't let them come all the way down to the earth. When they get about an inch off of the mat, bring them back through center and let them fall over towards the left. And then we just continue with this movement, this pendulum-like movement as the knees fall from side to side here. So trying to keep the upper body still, just moving those knees. So really starting to warm up through those side obliques here. Soften your shoulders and just take this as slow as you feel comfortable. Twisting into a new day. Taking this moment just to be blessed, to be thankful for being here on your mat this morning, for being able to move. Next time your knees fall over towards the right, just let gravity guide them down to the earth. And then just taking a deep breath into the back body here, noticing this spinal twist. Beautiful. Using your core, bringing your knees back through center, and then let them fall over to the left, all the way down to the earth. Again, breathing into the back body. Try to keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable. And just noticing certain movements, what they feel like, what resistance we might have in the body. Noticing where we need to engage and when we can relax. Bring your knees back through center. Breath in, hug them once more in towards your chest. And then we're just going to extend the legs up towards the sky, heels up, toes pointing down towards your chest, arms down by your side. Just warming up through our core as we activate and fire up through our belly. So keeping your hands down by your side, starting to extend the right leg down towards the earth, keeping the left leg to the sky. So just extend it down to as most as it feels comfortable. Bring the right leg back up, and then left leg extends long, right leg to the sky. So just like scissor kicking our legs here with that action. So just the right and the left. Now just notice your lower back here. I want you to try and imprint the lumbar spine down towards the earth, not arching through that lower back. If you feel like you are, don't take your legs down as low. Maybe a slight micro bend in the knees, and just taking a couple more here. Again, that slow movement just to really fire up through the lower abdominals. Let's just take 4, 3, 2. Last one, left leg extends long down. And then bring the left leg back up. Beautiful. Bend those knees once again. Hug them in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And then this time, just start to rock and roll forward and back along the mat. Take about 3 or 4 generous rolls. And yogis, we're going to meet in our Navasana boat pose. But I want you to begin with, take your heels down towards the earth. So when you come up to a seat, plant your heels down and then think about shooting the toes up towards the sky. And then taking your hands underneath your kneecaps. And just think about lengthening the spine, so sternum up towards the sky. Slightly start to tilt your torso back so you're balancing on your sit bones. And then if that feels good, you can start to hover your feet, just like Casey, off of the mat. Maybe shins come parallel towards the sky. And then either keeping your hands behind your knees or maybe stretching them forward parallel to the floor. So we're thinking about the more that we take our torso back, the more engagement through our abdominals that we have to find. But we don't want to go all the way back, so we're balancing on our sacrum. We want to stay balanced on our sit bones. So again, really firing up through that core. Now yogis, stay here. Start to bring your hands together at your chest in a fist, and we're just going to take some twists. So slowly twist towards the right, come back through center, and then twist to the left. Beautiful. Come back through center and then twist to the right. So again, just keep going here. You can lower your heels down if you find it's too much hovering your feet. We just want to get that motion, that twist in action once again into those side obliques, really warming up through the abdominals here. Let's just take a couple more to the left, back through center, one more to the right. Exhale, inhale, back through center, exhale, twist. Come back through center, then finding your boat pose once again, arms reach forward. Maybe hover those feet off of the mat. Beautiful. And then we're going to cross over the ankles, roll onto the shins, finding tabletop position or any way that is most comfortable for you to find your all fours. Shoulders and wrists, knees and hips, and then just give your body or yourself a chance just to move any way you feel comfortable this morning. So that's maybe rocking into the hips, moving from side to side, maybe some cat and cows. Just take any movement slow here. So there's no rush. If you are taking some cat and cows, maybe start to exaggerate through your movements. So really starting to find that flexibility in the spine here. If it feels good for you, you can close down your eyes just for about 3 more breaths. Again, noticing the body's movement here. No judgment, no expectation. Any resistance you might still be feeling. Just take one more breath wherever you are. Nicely done. And let's meet back in a tabletop position. Beautiful. Yogi, starting to tuck your toes. We're going to find our first downward facing dog of the morning. So hips high to the sky, and then start to melt the heels back to the earth. Now, probably your first one of the day. So just give yourself a moment here once again to find what shape is unique to you in your down dog. That might be pedaling out your feet. Might be taking a bit of a twist as you take the heels over to the right or to the left. Again, there's no judgment, no right or wrong. Nobody is watching you, so just take any movement that feels good for you. Just making sure those fingers are nice and spread and the shoulders are away from the ears, so we create this nice upside down V shape. And we've worked a little bit into our core, so really think about engaging through the abdominal muscles. So the Uddiyana Bandha, drawing that belly in and up. Beautiful. Take in one more breath. Come into stillness if you're still moving. And then let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Part the lips, sigh out. Then closing your lips, and this is where you can start to engage your Ujjayi breath if it's in your practice. So that slight constriction at the back of the throat, the oceanic sound, just audible only to yourself. A victorious breath we use to guide us through our practice. So on your next inhale, come high on those tiptoes, and then start to creep your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. When you arrive, plant the left palm down, start to sweep the right arm to the sky as we open up. So maybe that left leg bends, right leg long, and just really draw that right shoulder back for that twist. Fingertips towards the sky, beautiful. Exhale, right hand comes down to the earth, and then left arm reaches to the sky, maybe straightening that left leg and bending into the right. Twist into the left, beautiful. Come back through center. And then rising up to standing on your next inhale. So again, maybe taking it slow, articulate through the spine as you reach your arms to the sky, then hands come down, heart center, Samashriti. Pause in here just for a breath. Noticing what parts of the body you are engaging and what parts that you can soften as you find your mountain pose. Finding that energy rising up from the earth below. This is your chance to set an intention if you want to for your practice. Otherwise, just staying present. Again, no judgment, no expectations. Just having a bit of fun on this Thursday morning. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, salute the sun. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, bow to the earth. Finding your halfway lift to lengthen breath in. So either hands to the mat or to the shins, nice flat back. Forward fold, exhale. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lift halfway. This time plant the hands, stepping back, plank pose. Right leg, left leg. Now yogis, we're just going to pause here in our plank, just to, again, fire up through the body. Always option to lower your knees if you'd like something a little bit softer this morning. Otherwise, stay on your toes. So really doming through the upper back. Again, thinking about the belly drawing up to the spine as you push the earth away. So nice, long spine, crown of the head forward, heels towards the back wall. Keep your eye gaze forward and down. Just taking one more breath here. Then yogis, we're going to come into a modified side plank. So we're going to drop the left knee. We're going to rotate the toes back towards the left, and then reaching the right arm to the sky for that modified side plank. So make sure your bottom knee is down to begin with, stacking those shoulders. Now you can stay here, or maybe you start to reach that right leg off of the mat, and then your right arm overhead. So you're creating this nice long line, really stretching out through that right side body. Beautiful. And again, you can stay here, or for a little bit of fire through the body, you can breathe in. And then the next exhale, bring that knee to the elbow, curl it in, that's it. Lengthen breath in, and maybe curl it in, exhale. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Tiger, curl it in, exhale, working through those side obliques once again. Lengthen breath in, hold in here, really finding that nice stretch. And then coming back into your tabletop position. Right knee comes down. Beautiful. Stay on your knees. Just shift your weight forward on your next breath in, hugging your elbows in, and then lowering yourself all the way down towards the earth. You might need to shuffle your feet back a little bit. Pressing the tops of the feet down, hands either side of the shoulders. Start to lift your chest, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, forehead lowers. 2 more times. Inhale, lift that chest. Use your back muscles. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. 1 more time, yogis. Deep breath in, lift that chest, pause in here. Either staying here in your baby cobra or maybe immediately finding up dog as you push the tops of the feet down, thighs lift, chest lifts through. And then exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And just taking a deep Ujjayi breath in here. Ujjayi breath out. Nicely done. High on those tiptoes, your breath in. This time jump or step top of the mat, exhale. We find a halfway lift to lengthen, breath in. Uttanasana, forward fold, bow to the earth. Salute the sun, reach your arms to the sky, your breath in. Immediately find the earth as we bow back down, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Plank pose, step back, right leg, left leg. Again, we just pause in here for a moment, fire up through that core, strengthen the arms. 1 more breath. And finding that modified side plank, lower the right knee, rotate the toes back towards the right, and then left arm reaches to the sky as we stack the shoulders, modified side plank. And then yogis, you can stay here or maybe lifting that left leg off of the mat, extending the left fingertips overhead to stretch through that side body. Beautiful. And again, you have the option to stay here or take a deep breath in. Knee and elbow come to touch on the exhale, working through those side obliques. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee and elbow touch. Inhale, lengthen. Knee and elbow touch. Exhale. Lengthen on the breath in. Pause here for breath. Really stretch through that side waist. And then meeting back in tabletop position. Beautiful. Now you can stay here on your knees, or you can come back up into a plank pose on your toes as we shift our weight forward, hugging the elbows in, just lowering down halfway, and then coming through to your up dog. Thighs lift, chest lifts through. Rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Exhale, breath. Beautiful. Again, just settling here for a breath. Always noticing how your down dog feels every time you revisit. We come back to this pose quite a lot in our yoga practice. So maybe you start to loosen up through your back of your legs and you can notice the heels guiding further down towards the earth. Yogis, on your next inhale, come high on those tiptoes and then start to ripple yourself forward into a high plank. So shoulders come over wrists. Beautiful. And then just like a wave, downward facing dog, exhale, push back. So nice fluid movement here, high on those tiptoes. Articulate through the spine as you ripple forward, shoulders over wrists, high plank. Beautiful. Downward facing dog, your exhale breath. 1 more time, high on those tiptoes. Articulate the spine, ripple forward, high plank, shoulders over wrists. We're going to hold here just for 1 deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. Lower the knees, tabletop. Right leg extends long behind you, breath in. Flex the toes, square off the hips. Exhale, knee to left tricep, twist it through. Beautiful. Extend it back, breath in. Twist it through, left tricep. You've got it. Inhale, lengthen. 1 more time, twist it through, exhale. Lengthen breath in, hold here. Tuck the toes of the left foot, 3-legged down dog. Sweep the right leg up and back. Beautiful. Exhale, knee comes to the nose. Curl it in, use your core. And then step that right foot through in between your hands. We're going to lower the back knee, keeping the toes tucked. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Arms sweep up to the sky. Beautiful. And then just take a moment in your lunge, noticing the back hip flexor. Are the shoulders relaxed away from the ears? Can you create a little bit more heat as you reach the fingers up to the sky? So really energize all 10 fingers as you spread them nice and wide. Beautiful. Take 1 more inhale. on the exhale, open, twist to the right, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. So open up through your heart space. Nicely done. Breathe into the collarbone. Come back through center, inhale, breath, and then open, twist to the left. Breathe into collarbone here. Nicely done. Now, yogis, just stay in here. You can stay here just as you are. Your back toes are touched. You might just like to bring the back heel towards the buttock. So just adding a little bit of extra strength here. So yeah, keeping your arms long. Don't grab hold of your foot. Just try and anchor the heel towards the buttock. So maybe feeling a bit of a stretch in that quad. Let's take one more breath. If your heel is lifted, lower your foot down, come back through center as you breathe in, arms to the sky, and then hands to the earth. Step back, find tabletop position once again. So right leg comes back into your tabletop, beautiful. Then we're immediately going to lift the left leg up and back, inhale, flex the toes, square off the hips, knee to right tricep, twist it through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right tricep, twist it through. Once more, lengthen, breath in. Twist it through, right tricep. You've got to inhale, lengthen, stay here. Tuck the toes of the right foot, three-legged down dog, left leg sweeps up and back. Knee to nose, curl in, exhale, use your core, stepping that left foot through. Lower the back knee, keep the toes tucked, you know where you're going, Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. And again, just settle in for a moment here. Any adjustments you might need to take. Just notice the stretch in that right hip flexor. Also being aware of your spine here. Take one more breath in, grow a little bit taller, and then twist to the left. Exhale, beautiful. Breathe into the collarbone. Inhale, arms come back through center. Twist to the right, exhale, beautiful. And again, we stay here, yogis, or the back heel comes towards the buttock, not grabbing hold of your foot, just thinking about really reaching that heel towards the buttock. A little bit of extra strength through that right quad. One more breath. And lower the toes down, come back through center, arms reach up, breath in, hands to the mat. This time you're going to step back, plank pose, and then your vinyasa. So take a flow here. Either knees, chest, chin, cobra, or finally in your chaturanga and up dog. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. So always your options to modify yogis. I'm not there with you to assist you this morning, so please take your own modifications as you need. And there's always an option for child's pose whenever you need as well. Let's come high in those tiptoes once again. Breathe in. Ripple forward, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Beautiful. And then downward facing dog. Exhale. It's like you're moving through honey, nice and fluid. Tiptoes, breath in, ripple forward, high plank. And then downward dog, exhale. Beautiful. One more time. High on those tiptoes, ripple forward, high plank. This is where we hold. Beautiful. Now, yogis, you can lower the knees like we just did, or you can stay on your toes in your high plank, hovering your right toes off of the mat. Staying in your high plank, bring your right knee to your left tricep, twist it through. Three-legged plank, send it back. So we're not coming to down dog, beautiful. Twist it through once again, left tricep, three-legged plank. And again, twist it through, left tricep. Three-legged plank, hold here. Keep the toes hovered. Three-legged down dog, just sweep the hips up and back. Beautiful. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale. Step in that right foot through. Lower the back knee, keep the toes tucked, your low lunge, arms reach up to the sky, take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the right, open up. Beautiful. Back through center, inhale. Open to the left, exhale. Pause here for a breath, maybe that back heel searches for the buttock, stretching through that quad. Lower the foot, come back through center, breath in. Hands to the earth. And then this time, keeping your left palm down, start to reach your right arm to the sky as we find a twist. Now you can keep your back knee down, or you can lift up that back knee into a full twist, really pushing into the earth through the back toes. So really open up through your heart space, fingertips up to the sky, beautiful. And then twisting from under the rib cage here. One more breath. Right hand down to the earth, find your plank pose, optional flow here, or just downward facing dog. If you want to flush it out with a flow, take your vinyasa. Or meet in Ardha Mukha, down dog. Nicely done. High on those tiptoes, your breath in, ripple forward, high plank, shoulders over wrist. Nice and fluid, downward dog, exhale. Ripple forward, high plank, breath in, articulate the spine. Use your breath, exhale, down dog. One more time, ripple forward, high plank, breath in. This is where we hold knees or toes. If you stand on your toes, left toes hover in your high plank. Knee to right tricep, twist it through. Three-legged plank, send it back. Twist it through, right tricep. Three-legged plank, beautiful. One more time, twist it through. Three-legged plank, keep the toes hovered. Three-legged down dog, hips up and back. Knee to nose, curl it in, use your core, stepping the left foot through. You know where you're going now, yogis. Lower the back knee, keep the toes tucked. Anjaneyasana, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist to the right. We hold here for a breath. Maybe that back heel starts to creep up towards your buttocks, keeping the arms open at shoulder height. Beautiful. Lower the back foot, arms reach to the sky, your breath in. Hands to the earth, exhale, pause in here. Keeping that right palm down and then left arm sweeps up for that easy twist. Maybe the back knee lifts, pushing into the earth with the right toes for a full twist. Breathe into the collarbone. One more breath in. Left hand to the earth. Find your plank pose, optional flow or downward dog. Beautiful. Just take a breath in your down dog. Jolly breath in. Jolly breath out. Nicely done, yogis. Inhale, our right leg now lifts to the sky as we breathe in, three-legged dog. Just pause in here as we flex the toes, strength in that right thigh to lift the heel a little bit higher to the sky. Take one more inhale. Knee to left tricep, twist it through. Exhale. You've got it. Three-legged down dog, up and back. Knee to left tricep, twist it through once again. You've got it. Inhale, send it back. This time, knee to nose, curl it in. Create some space, stepping that right foot through in between your hands. Just setting up for your low runner's lunge just for a breath. So finding your stance in your lunge, fingertips to the earth, heart shines through. Really start to activate through that back leg as you push into the earth with your back feet. Then engage in your core, starting to lift the arms to the sky, high crescent. Beautiful. So our core is nice and engaged. We're strong through that back leg. Maybe a slight micro bend in that back knee. But we're really pushing into the earth with the ball of the back foot. So think about the heel lining up with the ball of the back foot. Beautiful. And then just like in our low lunge yogis, our arms are still energized. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Nicely done. Take one more inhale breath. Then slow open twist to the right. Exhale, just like we did before. Beautiful. Arms are going in different directions. Come back through center, your breath in, and then twist to the left. Open up. Beautiful. Finding your balance. Smile on your face. Back through center, deep breath in, and then hands come down, heart center, prayer position. Twist to the right, connect the elbow to the thigh for a twisted lunge. So just connect the elbow to the thigh. Think about really pushing your palms together as that right elbow shines to the sky. And we want to sort of think about bringing the belly off of the thigh. So think about twisting from under the rib cage and letting yourself have a little bit more space to breathe here. And just take in one more breath. Then slowly release your twist, high crescent, arms reach to the sky, deep breath in. And then hands to the earth, step back, plank pose, your vinyasa or downward dog. So this is the flow that we'll build on this morning. Always awareness to your movements, your body, and your breath. Beautiful. Left leg to the sky. Let's breathe in, three-legged dog. Just pause in here, squaring off the hips. Noticing that strength in that left thigh. Can you lift it a little bit higher to the sky? Exhale, knee to right tricep. Twist it through. Use those side obliques. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, twist it through, right tricep. You've got it. Inhale, send it back. This time, knee to nose, curl it in, create some space, stepping the left foot through. Just finding your low runner's lunge to begin with, fingertips to the mat, chest down to the thigh. So finding your stance in your lunge, really starting to push into the back mat, the back of the mat with your back toes, sorry guys, and then using your core, reaching your arms to the sky, high crescent, beautiful. If you need to make any slight adjustments here, please do. Slight micro bend in that back knee, square off the hips, deep bend in that front knee. Beautiful. Taking one more breath in, lengthen. Twist to the left, open up your arms, exhale, beautiful. Strong in the back leg, inhale back through center. Open, twist to the right, exhale, you've got it. Come back through center, breath in, hands come down, prayer position, heart center, twisted lunge to the left, connect the elbow to the thigh. And twisting from under that rib cage, pushing the palms together, left elbow to the sky. Create some space between the belly and the thigh. Beautiful. Let's take in one more breath in your twist. And then release back through center, crescent lunge, inhale breath, arms reach up, nice and steady, hands to the earth, your vinyasa or downward dog. Beautiful. Take your flow. Nicely done. Let's continue on yogis. Right leg to the sky. We breathe in, three-legged dog. Knee to left tricep, twist it through. Send it back, inhale. Twist it through, exhale, hold here. Maybe stay here or fall in star. The leg extends out to the side as the right arm reaches to the sky. Open up through your chest, beautiful. One more breath. Left hand down to the earth, right arm sweeps up and back, inhale breath. Knee to nose, curl in, exhale. Step it through, low runner's lunge. Take a moment just to set up. Then high crescent, arms reach to the sky. Beautiful. One more inhale here. Open twist to the left, exhale. Right. Come back through center, inhale. Twist to the left, exhale. Beautiful. Back through center, breath in, hands to prayer position, heart center. Twist to the right, connect the elbow to the thigh, twisted lunge. Beautiful. Now yogis, we're going to add on here. So stay strong through that back leg to begin with, finding your twist. And then all of your weight on your right foot. Can you step the left foot to meet the right, top of the mat, twisted chair? So keeping the twist if you can. In our twisted chair, our thighs squeeze together, knees are in one long line, and we still retain that twist. Beautiful. So the belly still comes away from the thigh. Now take one more breath here. Then just look down towards your feet. Take your weight on your right foot. Can you start to hover your left foot off of the mat? And then take it behind you. So just like Casey, you're bending that knee. The heel is coming up towards the buttock. And we're just finding our balance here. Now you can stay here. If your balance is with you, start to extend that leg long. And we're going to transition back into our twisted lunge. So light as a feather, send that left leg back, planting the back foot. Beautiful. Back into your twisted lunge. Take one more breath. And then release, arms to the sky. Let's breathe in, high crescent. And then hands to the earth. Plank pose, your vinyasa or downward dog. So really working through those quads as well today as our twists. Stay strong and active through your whole lower body. Beautiful. Left leg to the sky. Let's breathe in, three-legged dog. Knee to right tricep, twist it through. Send it back, inhale. Twist it through, exhale, hold, falling star, leg extends out to the side, right arm to the sky. Open up, breathe into your heart space. Beautiful. Right hand down, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog, your breath in. Knee to nose, curl in, exhale, stepping the left foot through. Low runner's lunge, just take a breath, set up. High crescent, arms reach to the sky. Use your core, beautiful. One more breath in, lengthen. Twist to the left, open up, beautiful. Back through center, breath in. Open, twist to the right, exhale. Strong in the back legs, back through center, breath in, hands to prayer. Twisted lunge to the left, connect the elbow to the thigh. Beautiful, find your twist, push into those palms. Staying in your twist, can you now bring the right foot to meet the left, twisted chair, top of the mat. Find that power through the legs, beautiful. Stay for one more breath in your twist. Then look down towards your left foot, taking your weight on your left foot. Maybe hover your right toes off of the mat, bending the knees, searching for the buttock with that heel. And when you've found your balance, yogis, can you slowly start to extend that right leg back behind you? Take it slow, light as a feather, land back into your twisted lunge. Nice and controlled. Beautiful, Casey. Take one more breath in your twisted lunge. Then slowly release. High crescent, arms reach to the sky. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. And then hands to the earth. Exhale, step back, vinyasa or downward dog. Beautiful. Let's add on one movement with one breath as we find a little bit more pace here. Right leg to the sky, we breathe in, three-legged dog. Knee to left tricep, twist it through. Send it back, inhale. Twist it through, falling star, exhale. Right arm, left arm reaches to the sky. Three-legged down dog, right leg up and back, your breath in. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale, step it through. Low runner's lunge, take a breath. High crescent, arms reach to the sky. Twist to the right, exhale. Back through center, breath in. Twist to the left, exhale. Inhale, back through center, hands to prayer. Twisted lunge, connect the elbow to the thigh. Twisted chair, left foot meets right, top of the mat. Beautiful. And then look down towards your feet, taking your weight on your right foot. Can you start to hover your left toes off of the mat? With control, send that left leg back, light as a feather, twisted lunge once again. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up, crescent lunge. Listen for the change, yogis. Keeping your arms to the sky, step your left foot in to meet your right, chair pose, top of the mat. Beautiful. So think about sinking down the hips towards the earth. I'm just going to pause here, draw that belly in, weight back in the heels. And then reaching your arms forward. Any shoulder issues, you can bring your hands to prayer. We're going to just come high onto those tiptoes to begin with. So just start to fire up through the ankles, the calves. So see if you can lift up your heels. Sink a little bit deeper, the hips down towards the earth. Really fire up through those quads, yogis. Just hold here for 3, 2, 1 more breath. Lower the heels down, but if your hands are not into prayer position, start to bring your hands into prayer. And then we're going to twist towards the right, but hover the elbow off of the thigh. So don't let the elbow touch. Come back through center, inhale, and then twist to the left, hover the elbow off of the thigh. Beautiful. Back through center, breath in. Twist to the right. This time connect the elbow to the thigh, twisted chair. We've been here before. Push into your palms. Now, yogis, this is where we add on. So feel free to stay exactly as you are, if this feels good for you. You can open up your arms, if this feels good for you. We are going to come down into side crow. So if you feel like you're not up for an arm balance this morning, then just hang out maybe in Malasana Yogi Squat. Otherwise, bring your palms back together. We're going to follow me and Casey coming down into side crow. So coming down, the hips come down towards the heels. We're going to come onto our tiptoes. We're going to take keeping the twist, twisting your torso towards the right. Both your hands are in front of your right side body here. So really spreading those fingers. Fingers are facing forward, creating a shelf with your arms. And we want to think about chaturanga arms here. So hook your left elbow outside your right thigh and your right elbow into the right hip. Maintain your twist, lean your weight forward. Really using your core, maybe starting to hover one of your feet off of the mat and then maybe both of your feet come off. So lower your shoulders, hugging your knees really in, your ankles together as you anchor your weight forward here. So you really want to create that shelf, spreading those fingers. Beautiful, Casey. And you just have a play around, a couple of breaths, maybe when you're in your side crow, the top leg starts to lengthen. A bit of a fun for our Thursday morning. So just take one more breath wherever you are. And we're going to meet in a Malasana Yogi Squat. So if you're not already there, just slowly, there's no rush. If you've had enough play, come back into Malasana or just come into Malasana Yogi Squat. So just taking the knees out wide. Stretch it into those inner thighs, open the hips, hands come to prayer, and lengthen the crown of the head up to the sky. Just closing the eyes, just taking one long, deep Ujjayi breath in. One long Ujjayi breath out. Beautiful. Hands come down to the earth, jump or step back, plank pose, your optional flow or downward facing dog here. We have the left side to go. Beautiful. Left leg to the sky, yogis, your breath in, three-legged dog. Knee to right tricep, twist it through. Send it back, breath in. Twist it through, falling star, extend the leg out to the side, right arm reaches up. Beautiful. Three-legged down dog, left leg up and back. Knee to nose, curl it in, exhale, step it through. Low runner's lunge, set up, your breath in. High crescent, arms reach to the sky. Twist to the left, exhale. Inhale back through center, open twist to the right, exhale. Inhale back through center, hands to prayer, twisted lunge, hook the elbow to the thigh towards the left. Beautiful. Nice and strong in the legs. Can you keep the twist? Step the left foot in, right foot in to meet the left, twisted chair. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Beautiful. Look down towards your feet, taking your weight on your left foot, hover your right toes, bend the knee, heel towards the buttock. Finding your balance, slowly lengthen that leg, slow and controlled, step back, twisted lunge. Beautiful, light as a feather. Nicely done, yogis. Back to high crescent, arms reach to the sky, your breath in. Pause in here, keeping the fingertips lifted. Chair pose, top of the mat, right foot meets left. Sinking down in your chair, squeeze those inner thighs together. Coming onto your tiptoes once again, lifting those heels if you can. 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels, bring the hands to prayer position, heart center. Exhale, twist to the left, but hover the elbow off of the thigh. Come back through center, inhale, twist to the right, hover. You've got it. Inhale back through center, twist to the left. This time connect the elbow to the thigh, twisted chair. And again, we stay here. Maybe we open up our branches. Maybe we hang out in Malasana Yogi squat if you want to come down, and a side crow is not for you. Otherwise, bringing your hands back to prayer and then coming down into your side crow. So now our torso is towards the left. We create that shelf with our arms. Chaturanga arms, spreading those fingers. And then your weight comes forward. So you're really engaging through your belly as well. So this is why we worked through our core to begin with. So we can really start to engage through our core as we shift our weight forward, and then maybe starting to find that balance on this side. So hooking that right elbow now outside your left thigh and the left elbow into that left hip. So again, have a little bit of a play, really making sure that you spread those fingers wide. And then maybe if you're in your balance, you might like to explore, maybe even taking the head down further towards the earth, the top leg maybe lengthens. Any variation in your side crow. Beautiful. Just having one more breath wherever you are, yogis, and then we'll meet in that Malasana Yogi squat once again. So if you're ready, just coming into your Malasana, knees out wide, hands to prayer, gently pushing the knees out to the side with your elbows, and then keeping that spine nice and long with the crown of the head lift into the sky. Beautiful. One more breath. And then hands come down to the earth, jump or step back, plank pose, optional flow here or downward dog. Nice work, everybody, beautiful. Just taking about 3 breaths, so please feel free if you want to lower your knees into a child's pose, stretching your arms either forward or down by your side. Or if you feel like you want to take any movement, maybe moving through the wrists, then just taking a couple of breaths just before we carry on, reset the body. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. Yogis, feel free to stay in child's pose, otherwise let's meet in downward dog. Once again, spreading those fingers, hips high to the sky, melt the heels to the earth. Beautiful. High on those tiptoes, breath in, ripple yourself forward, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, down dog. Just like a wave, articulate through the spine, coming forward to high plank once again. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Ripple forward to your high plank, breath in one more time, holding here. We're going to come back into our Vashisthasana side plank. So you can either lower that left knee or maybe stay on your toes as your left hand comes in the middle of the mat, and then you sweep that right arm up to the sky. So you can take a modified here, like Casey with the knee down, or you can start to stack your toes, maybe hovering that top leg. Think about lifting up through that side waist, stacking your shoulders, engaging through all parts of your body so you're not dumping everything into that one tiny wrist. Beautiful. So one more breath wherever you are. And then right hand comes down to the earth. Find your plank pose. Pushing back into a downward facing dog as the right leg lifts to the sky. Breathe in. Bend that knee, open up the hips, scorpion pose. Yield the heel towards the left. Draw the inner thighs away from each other and push into the earth with that left heel. Take one more inhale. We're going to set up for our half pigeon. So exhale, bring the right knee to the outside of the right wrist, toes flex the outside of the left. Now yogis, I don't want you to rush this pose. I want you to settle in and take your time. So first of all, just think about that front shin. Is it parallel towards the earth, the front of the mat? If it is parallel, keep those toes nice and flexed. If it's more of a diagonal, then you can keep the toes pointed back towards the back hip. And just start to notice the stretch in the left hip flexor here. So your back leg is nice and long. Think about squaring off your hips, keeping your spine nice and long. Crown of the head up towards the sky. And again, maybe even noticing your spine here. How does that feel for your lower back? Now you're welcome to stay here if that feels good. If you'd like to bring the emphasis more in towards that right glute, just start to walk your hands forward as you come down into sleeping swan, as they say in yin. So keeping this pose active, but also find a little bit of release here as well. So a bit of a mixture of a yin and yang. So we want to soften, but we want to notice the opening into the hip, the stretch into the glute. Then the spine nice and long as we folding forward here, activating the tissues along the back of the spine. Taking 3 deep breaths just to settle into this hip opener. One more breath. Then yogis, slowly just start to walk your hands back to your hips, gently transitioning back through downward dog. So take it slow. Right leg up and back. This feels quite nice, down dog, after this shape. So we can just stretch out the legs, maybe noticing the right and the left side. So if you want to take a bit of movement here just for a breath, please feel free. And then when you've found your stillness, we'll come back into lifting the heels high on the tiptoes. Breath in, ripple forward to your high plank as you articulate the spine. Exhale, down dog. Just like a wave, use your breath. Ripple forward, high plank, breath in. Beautiful. Downward dog, exhale. One more time, ripple forward, high plank, breath in. Hold here. That Vashisthasana side plank to the left, so either lower that right knee or just stacking your toes as you lift in that left arm to the sky, stacking your shoulders and lifting up through your sideways. Maybe your feet are stacked, maybe your top leg is hovered. Engaging through all parts of your body. Beautiful. Whatever variation, one more breath. And come back into your plank pose and pushing back, downward facing dog, hips high to the sky, left leg lifts up, breathe in. Bend the knee, open up the hip, scorpion pose, yield the heel towards the right. Draw those inner thighs away from each other, take one more inhale. Half pigeon, knee to the outside of the left wrist, toes flex to the outside of the right. And again, just taking a moment to settle in. So notice that front shin, whether your toes are pointed or flexed of that front foot. Extending that right leg long behind you. Keeping it active, squaring off the hips. Noticing the spine. Stretching through that right hip flexor. So again, just taking a breath upright. There's no rush to fold forward. You can stay exactly as you are. Or just shift the emphasis into that left glute. Maybe start to walk your hands forward. Probably take a little bit of pressure off of your lower back here as we fold forward as well. And then again, find some softness, but still keep that activation in the body here. So we're not fully relaxing, but we're just finding a little bit more softness. Come back to your breath with 3 rounds of breath. One more breath. Nicely done, yogis. There's no rush. Start to walk your hands back to your hips, and once again, downward dog, just to stretch out the legs. So take your time. Notice any resistance maybe, or still any tightness. Or maybe you've noticed you might feel a little bit more loose and open. Let's take one deep breath in our down dog. Maybe this time you part the lips, empty the breath, sigh out. Beautiful. Let's come high on those tiptoes as we breathe in. Bend the knees and then jump or step top of the mat. And just take a halfway lift to lengthen your breath in. And then Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale. Beautiful. Heel and toe your feet mat distance apart, coming back into our Malasana, yogi squat. So sink the hips down. Heels in, toes out, hands to prayer. Finding that length in the spine. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. Just taking one long breath in here. Staying for your exhale. Beautiful. Then yogis, take your hands to the mat in front of you. Step back into high plank, and then we're just going to lower ourselves all the way down to the mat. So if you want to take a flow, please feel free, but there's no need here. We're just going to lower ourselves all the way down, whether that's knees or toes. When you find your belly, come into Sphinx pose, coming onto your forearms. So just making sure your shoulders and elbows are in line. So we're stacking the bones here. And then fingertips forward. Think about pushing into your forearms, so you're not dumping, but you're still lifting up through your chest and you're opening through the collarbones. And then just take a moment to close your eyes and notice your lower back here. A slight compression in the sacral lumbar. Slight activation through the glutes. Maybe a slight pull of the kneecaps up to the thighs. Just take one more breath. Beautiful. And then just start to lower your forehead down to the earth. Make a pillow with your hands, so cross over your hands, crocodile pose, and just let your head rest into your hands. Nicely done. So just breathe here for a moment. Notice the belly could press in towards the mat as you breathe. And that extension, a nice length through the spine. Yogis, we've been working quite a lot on our hands and our shoulders, coming into those plank poses. So we just want to take a moment to stretch out through the shoulders. So just bringing your forehead off of your hands, extending your right arm out to the side, T-shaped shoulder down. We're going to start to come onto our right side. As that top leg maybe comes behind, you can bend into that back knee, and then that top arm, that left arm, can stay where it is, or maybe you take it behind your lower back into a half bind, just like Casey. So if you want a bit more opening into the chest, then take that arm behind you. Now with that right arm, if you're not feeling too much of a stretch along the arm, into the shoulder, then just bend into the elbow and cactus the arm. So you might feel more of a stretch when you bend the elbow. So just taking a moment to explore this shoulder stretch. And then when you feel like you can feel something along that right arm into the shoulder and chest, then just close down your eyes and just enjoy this stretch. One more breath here. If you've taken a half bind with that left arm, just release that first, and then slowly just coming back onto your belly. Again, taking it slow. Just noticing that right arm compared to the left. So maybe just taking a moment, arms down by your side before you move on to the other side. So again, there's no rush. Reset the body. And then we slowly start to take that left arm out to the side at a T shape, either arm long or maybe you cactus the arm, just depending on how it feels for you. Roll onto your left side. And then that top leg maybe comes bent behind you. And that right arm can stay as it is, or you might like to open up the chest into a half bind, binding it around your lower back. And again, if your arm is long and you're not feeling too much, then just start to cactus the arm and notice if there's any change there. So when we find these slight movements and slight adjustments, we can notice if anything changes. And sometimes it only just takes one slight adjustment to be able to then maybe feel the stretch a little bit more or find a bit more comfort. So just your awareness to that left arm into the shoulder, upper chest. As you take one more breath. Beautiful, yogis. If you have a half bind, release that right arm first, and then once again just slowly coming back onto your belly. Crocodile pose, arms down by your side, whatever you need for that release. Just taking a deep breath. And then in your own time, there's no rush and there's no need to change direction. We're just going to flip over onto our backs. So just slowly make your way onto your back. Beautiful. Just hugging your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Now, one last little burst of energy before we find our Shavasana. So hopefully you're all still with me. Keeping your knees bent, taking your shins parallel towards the sky, taking your hands behind your head, interlacing your hands. So not pushing into your hands, but just letting your head cradle your hands here. We're going to lift up through the head and shoulders, coming into bicycle twist. So start to take your left elbow towards your right knee and then extend the opposite leg long. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center and then opposite elbow to knee. And then come back through center and then just keep twisting here. So we really want to lengthen the opposite leg long and bring the elbow to the knee rather than the knee to the elbow. Imprint that lower back and really start to use the abdominals, the side obliques as you twist. So inhale to center and then exhale to twist. And then just keep going here. Can we take 10? 9, waking you up. 8, if you're not already woken up. 7, keep going guys. Stay with me for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Relax your head and shoulders, hugging your knees in, giving yourself a squeeze. Nicely done, yogis. And then just taking your arms back out to a T shape at shoulder height, your knees are stacked. Let's just let them fall over towards the right, that easy supine twist. Let gravity guide them all the way down to the earth. Maybe eye gaze is to the left. And just where we started off this morning, but again, find softness in this twist, noticing the spine. Breathe into the back body, 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Use your core, just bring your knees back through center, let them fall in the opposite direction. Eye gaze maybe away from your knees, closing your eyes. Easy supine twist. 3 deep breaths once again into the back body. breath. Beautiful work, yogis. Bring your knees back through center. One last hug in towards your chest. Maybe this time you lift your head and shoulders and you curl yourself into a nice tight ball as you breathe in. And then Shavasana, your breath out. Beautiful. Lengthening those legs long, arms come down by your side, but take up as much space as you need here. So maybe your arms and your legs are out as wide as the mat. And just take a moment just to reflect on the past 60 minutes of your practice. Maybe noticing the whole back body sinking down deep into the earth, a nice long spine in extension here as we just relax. No judgment, no expectations, nowhere right now to be. Giving your body permission just to remain still in your Shavasana. Yogis, I'm aware that I haven't given you long in Shavasana. We have actually run out of time. It's a couple of minutes past 7, but please feel free to stay exactly as you are. I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you need just to find that release. But if you are ready to come back and start your day, then just finding slow, gentle movements in the fingers and toes. Maybe rocking your head from side to side. And then an option to either give yourself a nice big stretch from the tips of the fingers to the tops of the toes, stretching and lengthening through the whole body, or you might like to curl yourself into another nice tight ball and squeeze everything in. Wherever you are, just take a moment to roll onto your preferred side. That might be your right or your left. Before we slowly make our way up into a comfortable seat. So again, there's no rush to get there. Just try to keep your eyes closed when you arrive, bringing your hands into prayer position, heart center, Anjali Mudra. Gesture of gratitude. So just taking a moment to, again, be grateful for turning up, for being able to move our bodies, and to have a bit of fun for our Thursday morning with no judgment or expectations. Taking your thumbs in between your third eye, space between your eyebrow center for awareness and intuition. Down to the lips for clarity of thought. And then finally to the heart center for love and compassion to all. And we bow our heads towards our heart as we say Namaste.